Welcome to Trucking with Fitz. Today we're going to do a quick review of this 2024 International LT that I rented just before I turn it in. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Well, this is a 2024 International LT Cummins ISX. It's got the 12-speed auto shift, and yeah, this is a review of it. Obviously I rented this truck. I've had it for a month-ish, just under a month. So I've lived with it for a while. I mean, it's not a long-term review, but it's a 1 month. This is how I feel about it. And we are going to start by taking a look at underneath the hood. And then we're going to quickly move to the inside. And then we're going to talk about it in an overview as I'm driving down to return it. But for now, let's take a look under here. Forgive the mud. As you can see, it is nasty here in central Iowa. Wet, 40s. The frost is melting. As you can see, we have our X15. She runs good. I was pleased with the motor. As far as a rental truck experience goes, with the motor and how powerful it was, this is the best one I've rented. All right, so washer fluid's in a weird space, but that's sort of funny. But yeah, truck runs good. I'm not going to spend too much time here under the hood. Y'all probably have seen an X15 before. Nothing really to write home about as far as something being different or crazy. Information panel. Where did the information panel go? As I look like an idiot not knowing, oh, there it is. It is a 450 horse X15. So we all know the X15 is a good motor. I think they should last longer, but you know, I didn't own this. I just rented it. Oh, let's get this pop closed. But yeah, plenty of power. I will note it did start up just fine in the 0-degree temps. All right, let's get in here. You're gonna see some mud on the floor, and you're gonna see my lunch. So forgive me. We'll talk about this stuff a little bit more later. I slept in this truck once, just once. It's pretty comfortable. It has a bunk heater, works well. The sleeper's comfortable. Everything's cheap plastic, like any other sleeper is going to be nowadays. Like I said, I didn't sleep in it that much, so I don't have that much experience with it. I did have my daughter come with me one day, so I had a car seat in here, and it worked just well. She loved it, enjoyed it. It was a comfortable, fun trip for us, and that's it on that. We'll get rolling here in a minute, but let's finish up outside. I do not know the gear ratio. If I looked up the VIN, I mean, maybe it's on the door. I don't know. Got all the tires and GVWR and all that stuff, but I don't think it has the difference. When we get up to speed, I'll show you guys what it runs at different speeds and in different gears. Didn't know this before, but it's got the airliner suspension, which is sort of cool. It's the same suspension basically that is in my FLD. Hasn't really changed much. So that's a cool random fact. I also need to raise the suspension up because I dropped it to get out from underneath my dry van. I didn't have any problem with the suspension, with the coupling system, with the lights, with the hoses. Truck did great, absolutely great on all those fronts, and my overall impression is good. I would have liked it if the fairing was off the top, but that's just a personal preference. She aired up pretty quickly here. I believe, yeah, 275. 80, 22.5s. My truck's got 11 Rs. I like the fuel tanks. My truck only's got one. So having two, basically 100 gallon, so just under 100 gallon fuel tanks is really nice. The only other thing I'm going to mention on the outside is that some of the new ones, I don't know when they switched this, so forgive me, but I know they offer integrated into the step, and I would have liked that better. But that's just a nitpicky thing. So, that being said, let's get in there. Let's get rolling. Gotta go down to Des Moines. Get this thing returned. We're on our way down to Des Moines now. It is a windy, wet day. It's gross. But we're going to continue talking about this truck here. Let's start off with just what's in front of us right now. It's got your normal gauge cluster with your water temp, your air pressure gauges, your fuel and your def, and your oil pressure, all that in the center, along of course with your tach and your speedo. But this truck is equipped with two other gauges. I would have loved, there's spot for 6 gauges over here, and the nicer package Internationals have more gauges. But this one has oil temp and brake pressure, brake application pressure. Gauges that I enjoy having in a truck. I would love to have a suspension load gauge. But besides that, I love having a fuel restriction gauge, as well as temps on everything. Differentials, transmission. That is nice, but this doesn't come equipped with that. As far as other, things going on the dash here, just your standard stuff, nothing special. Diff lock, engine fan switch, turn off your traction control, your lights on the inside. Suspension stuff, fifth wheel slide, lowering suspension, all that jazz. Over here, right on my right, the parking brakes are in a good spot. What else? Plenty of power stations. I love that it has a USB plug, a couple of them. Cup holders are nice. Nothing to... I like the fact that there's two, under all those different things that I just talked about. And there's one useful one in the door also. That's nice. I have something in it right now. So the situation here in the driver's seat is pretty nice. I got the seat all the way to the floor, because that's what I do. This truck wasn't really designed for that though. Steering wheel is not designed for that. I would really like the steering wheel to tilt farther, but it does not. So it's sort of leaning forward more than I would have mine, which is unfortunate, but it worked out. This seat is much better than the last one I rented. rented a truck from International. See, it gave me a kink in my back. It was not comfortable at all. That messed up my back for months. This one hasn't done that, so that's pleasant. Fuel economy, when I first got the truck, I did power only for the first few days, and so I ran bobtail a good bit, and my fuel economy was great. But now that I've been pulling dry van and staying loaded a lot, my average has been hanging out around 6.5. It says 6.4 right now. I don't know what old-fashioned way of checking it says. It is what it is. We're gonna go off the dash. Cruise control works really good. In previous trucks that I've rented, International, Freightliner, and Volvo, they have all the newer ones. They have weird systems in place that just bug the fire out of me. I was going to say tar and fire at the same time. They bug the tar out of me because, you know, they have lane departure warning. Some of them make beep, some of them buzz. Really annoying. I like to ride the white line, so I would be buzzing all the time. Besides that, the cruise control of those trucks, including the International that I rented last, had a system, and I'm sure you guys are familiar with it, where when you're going down a hill, it completely shifts out of gear. It just rides in neutral. I'm sure it's their intention is fuel economy, but it just drove me nuts because it let the truck like drop way below my set speed, and it wasn't very smart at all. It was really stupid. Going up and down hills, it just drive me nuts. Drive me nuts. This does not have that, or it's deactivated. So that is really nice. It doesn't do any of that. It does what it's told. I was never able to find a speed limiter. I had it up to 75 once. Maybe it's at 80. I don't know. Never got that high. I never drive that fast. What else can I think of here? I'm overall pleased with the truck. I really am. It did well for me. It is an automated manual, which is not my favorite thing in the world, but this is the best one that I've had. It did much better at backing up into docks than others. Sometimes others would just, you know, you're trying to fondle the throttle, where I usually would be just easing the clutch. Try to do that with the throttle, and it does not work out. This one is much more gentle in backing to the dock, and that's probably just computer settings, but I don't care. It was much better. Much better than the last one I did. So, overall, good experience. I mentioned this in my vlog a lot, from last week or so. I don't know when it was. That this truck costs just under $1,100 a week. It's $750 a week plus 13 cents per mile. So my last full week payment was $1,091. So it's cheaper than some others I've done, but that's a lot of money. A lot of money, but it's a nice truck. I don't know. What do you want to say? Renting is not cheap. But for the most part, it's stress-free. Would I rent this truck again? Yes. If I was in a situation where I needed it, yes. Yes, I would. But it's time to try to get back into my truck. That's all I got for now. We'll get back with you in a minute and talk a little bit more close. Well, that's it. She's parked here, ready to be dropped off. I'll probably take her back to her spot, but I had to park here so I can get my stuff into it. And yeah, final thoughts. It's a good truck. Would I buy one? No, but that's because I'm a different style of person. If I was owning a fleet, yeah, I'd probably buy one. It'd do a good job. Thanks for watching, guys. Just a short review of this 2024 International LT.